Milind Deora, Member of Parliament of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction, is joining us live. Mr. Deora, thank you so much. After the meeting today with Amit Shah, are all issues regarding the seats ironed out?
Well, firstly, I think you might be confusing the Mahayuti for the MVA. There are no differences in the Mahayuti whatsoever. All three parties are working harmoniously together. All three parties have a vision to take Mumbai, Maharashtra forward. They're very serious about the role of the Maharashtra government in propelling India's growth story. Almost a fifth of India's economic growth and economic activity comes from Maharashtra. So there is absolutely no issue whatsoever that pertains to the Mahayuti. Yes, there are problems in the MVA, and that's because it was an unnatural alliance to start with in 2019. That's not something I can comment on.
Sure.
But there is no problem whatsoever. There's a harmonious agreement between all three parties in the Mahayuti, and you'll see that on the ground during the next few weeks as the campaign commences.
If all's well and there is harmonious agreement, so will the announcements for all the remaining seats, is it expected soon? Because of course, both the sides are racing against time.
Absolutely. The announcement for all seats will happen very soon, and you will see that all three parties will work, as I said, very well together. They will quell any potential rebellion. There is a very smooth coordination between all three parties that is happening. And it's unfortunate that on the MVA side, what developed as an unnatural alliance 5 years ago, purely for the sake of coming to power, is now unraveling into an alliance where there's no coordination, where they're not able to agree on seats. Forget about which seats, even the number of seats that different allies should fight on. And they're in fact bickering in public. So it's an interesting election. And as I said, that it's a difference between a positive agenda, a constructive agenda to take Maharashtra forward, and a negative agenda, which was created, an alliance which was created purely for the sake of acquiring power in 2019.
You know, one view is, and this is coming from your political opponents, that if there are no issues in Mahayuti, then why is it that top leaders are rushing to Delhi every other day?
No, look, there is ultimately when there's a national party involved, and I've seen this as having been in a national party, it's but natural that certain decisions are taken at a national level. That's true of MVA as well, where there are discussions happening in Delhi as well within the Congress and the UBT and the Sharad Pawar faction of the NCP. But the point I'm making is that there is a smooth coordination between allies in the Mahayuti, in the NDA. There is a constructive agenda that is put forth. There's more organic, it's more of an organic, natural alliance than the MVAs. That's the larger point I'm making. And therefore, there's a smoother coordination between all three parties, which is why you haven't seen any bickering in public, which you have seen in the opposition side. And you will see an announcement faster than you will see in the opposition side in terms of number of seats and specific seats.
Okay, so now that this is the Mumbai-Thane region where announcement is left, where the candidates have not been announced for, is the Shiv Sena Shinde faction looking at the maximum number of seats in this region?
I don't say major chunk or a minor chunk. I think we'll get our fair share. We are happy with what is being allotted to us. We will give it our best. We had a very good strike rate in the Lok Sabha elections. Our strike rate was certainly higher than our closest competitor, which is the UBT faction of the Shiv Sena. We fought a fewer number of seats, but won more seats, had, as I said, a higher strike rate, higher vote share. So this is something which we will continue to do in the assembly elections. We believe that our strike rate will be significantly higher than our nearest opponent.
Okay, how big is the worry of rebels? And is the alliance really
open to rebels? Look, in any alliance, especially on both sides, to be fair and to rise above politics, when there are three parties in each alliance, there's bound to be issues of seat sharing between all three parties. But I'm very confident that people see positive work on the ground. People here will work together. The coordination between the three leaders here is very, very good. The three principals are involved directly. It's very different from how it works over there, where one of the principals is not involved directly, but it's outsourced to one of the people. And therefore, that coordination makes things work. These are three leaders who are in the government together. One is the chief minister, two are deputy chief ministers. It's very easy for them to coordinate and resolve any issues. Will there be issues? Of course, but are they easily resolvable? Yes.
Mr. Deora, my last question to you. Is this an election which is being fought on the face of Eknath Shinde as far as the Mahayuti is concerned, and will he make a comeback as the chief minister if this alliance wins?
Well, there will be a collective leadership being put forth before the people of Maharashtra, but certainly Eknath Shinde ji is the chief minister of Maharashtra. Obviously, we're going into this election under his leadership. And it will be about, you're right, it will be about the last 2.5 years, the 2.5 years, the kind of unprecedented growth, infrastructure, development that has happened in Mumbai, in Maharashtra. And if so much has been achieved in 2 to 2.5 years, what can be achieved in the next 5 years? Yeah, so one of the best examples I can give you is of Gadchiroli, which was until recently the part of the red corridor in the country, where Gadchiroli in Maharashtra was known for Naxalism. Today, it's been converted into a steel hub in Maharashtra and in India. In fact, recently a Bhumi Pujan, a foundation laying ceremony was done for one of the largest steel plants in the country, which will employ 7,000 people directly in Gadchiroli. Today, not one single terror attack has happened in Mumbai in the last decade almost. All these are examples of the fact things have improved, whether it's infrastructure, law and order, safety for women. All these factors will contribute to people once again re-electing Mahayuti and giving them a hat trick like they did in Haryana.
All right, Milind, Deora, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts. That's all from me. We are putting out the entire debate on ndtv.com. Thanks so much for watching.